Hey everybody, this is Professor Shank. Welcome to Physics 1106 here at Randolph College. This is the lab portion of the class. Most likely you're also in the lecture portion, but I don't teach that. So you should be getting emails and other communications from the other professor who's teaching this class, the lecture portion. But this is the lab. So let's take a look at the lab. Now, everything runs through the Moodle page. Now, a lot of you were in the previous version of this class, which is 1105, which is Physics 1. And so I want to make sure that you understand how all this works. A lot of you already know. That's fine. Don't have to watch the rest of this video. But if you are just taking 1106 with us today, the lab portion, this is how it all works. Okay, so the course is run through our Moodle page. So if you go to moodle.randolphcollege.edu, you'll be able to log in with your Randolph College credentials. So for instance, my email is kshank@randolphcollege.edu. So I would log in with just kshank and then the password that I use for my email. So if you don't have those, you're probably not even going to get this message. And hopefully you will be able to get in, no problem. Just go to moodle.randolphcollege.edu. Now, this communication that you're getting comes to your Randolph College email. Um, there is a way for you to communicate through Moodle, through these course messages, but I would never use that. Always communicate with me via my email, kshank@randolphcollege.edu. Um, you can also text me. We're going to talk about that here. So let's look down here a little bit. I'm going to go back to that calendar. But here's my office hours, okay? And you can always email me for an appointment. But really, the best thing for you to do is to text me at my cell phone down here. Now, that just allows me to get back to you quicker because if I'm teaching a class or if I'm, doing other things, I won't be able to like reply to you right away, but I'll see the text and know that I have to get back to you. So it's very convenient for you to just be texting me, asking me questions, etc., or setting up an appointment. So just remember that if you do text me, past about 9 at night, I'm not going to get back to you till the next day. Okay. I might, depending if I'm up, right? Okay. But that's generally how you're going to get in touch with me. Office hours are over Zoom, and you can see the Zoom conferencing link. And now to be clear about this class is not synchronous. That means you don't have to sit on Zoom for anything. You will be doing labs on your own time. We do have deadlines, but you're free to do the lab whenever you need to get to that deadline. And let's take a look at the calendar. So this calendar tells you when things are due. Excuse me. And it also suggests days for you to do the lab activities. So for instance, let's take a look and let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Okay, that's really useless. Okay, let's get rid of this. There we go. All right. So notice that in red, these are things that are due. So right away, you're going to have an Excel quiz, a statistics lecture. These early quizzes here are stuff that the people that took Physics 1 have already done, but you still have to do it again. But just FYI, it's the same stuff. And then every lab has a pre-lab that's due. The day before is the suggested day for doing the lab. Now, you can you can do this at any time as long as you're able to turn it in by the due date, right? So this is just a suggestion. Hey, why don't you start this lab the day after you do the pre-lab, etc. Doesn't mean you have to finish it. You don't have to sit on Zoom, anything like that. Okay, so that's how all the labs pretty much work. Now, the reports that you're going to be turning into me are of different, they're different kinds. One of them is informal, and that just means it's a quiz on Moodle. That's literally all it is. You're gonna fill out some questions, and some of them are multiple choice, some of them aren't, but there's no formal report. So for instance, if it says informal, like lab one, it's a quiz on Moodle. Okay. Now, there are formal written labs, and those of you who have had the class before already know about this. But for lab 3, there'll be lots of information about what we expect in those labs, okay? Those formal written labs. So if you can see here, we have a formal written lab for lab 2. a formal written lab for lab 5, and then a formal for number 8 as well. And so you really only have 3 formal labs. The rest are informal. Okay. Okay. So I hope that that helps you get a handle on what you're supposed to do. There's the full syllabus, which tells you all kinds of things you might need to know about grading and all this kind of things. But let's take a look at what typically and we'll come back to lab kit in a second. There's the preliminaries. That's these Excel quiz, statistics, significant figures. But here's what a lab looks like. A section of the Moodle page that's for the lab. So for instance, for lab 1 is harmonic motion. Tells you the lab kit is not required, and you're going to see why in a bit. Tells you what you have to do. It has a manual. It has a pre-lab. It has some hints, etc. This one is an online simulation, so it has a link to that. We have some extra data for you. And then the informal record quiz. Now, every lab also has a questions forum. Now, that's really for you and other students. It's not for communicating with me. If you need to ask me a question, text me, best way. Email me as well. You can do that. But this is really for you and the other students to communicate. If you have a question, the other students are often very good resources for that as well. If you don't want to ask me, but feel free to ask me. So these are often helpful. Now, let's talk a little bit about the lab kits. Now, your lab kits, I believe, have already gone out, and you should be receiving them shortly. Now, this is the contents of the lab kit, so you should go into your lab kit and check that you have all this. Now, those of you who are in 1105 before this, the lab, you may already have all this material. So if you had already signed up for both classes, then the lab kit you got for 1105 lab has all the stuff you need for 1106. Okay. All right. Now, if you had just signed up for 1106, then you are getting a whole new lab kit. So please make sure that you check that. Okay. Make sure. And if you don't get your lab kit within the next couple of days or by the time the lab kit is needed, please text me right away. All right. So let's look. If you can look down here, lab kit's not required for lab 2 either. Lab kit not required for lab 3. The first time it is required is for lab 4, which is not due, right? The informal quiz is not due till the 6th. So you have a little time, so don't panic if you not got it. You don't already have it. But please let me know if you don't get it within the next week or so. Okay, I think that's all I need to tell you. And we will be communicating through class, and let me know if you have any questions.